you want to respond therefore, Nalin Kohli, that A, to what Yogendra Yadav suggests, that the BJP has certain geographical limitations that exist, so you will again need, like 2019, a huge strike rate in North India. Let's not go, that is one challenge that you face. And number two, according to Kumar Ketkar, internal discontent, that for all this talk of Mr. Modi being invincible, there are those within the party who feel that the party is a one-man show increasingly.
We did do exceedingly well in Uttar Pradesh in both the elections and in the northern belt, and certainly in the south we lacked the depth across several states. Now, however, I'm going to go back to an anecdotal story which involved us, that is you and me, in 2014 election. We were in Varanasi, and I recall that you had specifically asked if Amit Bhai, when he was heading the entire election there, after the election, in a group of journalists, what is the next plan? Ab kya Amit Bhai? And he had said 2019 ki tayari. And a lot of journalists laughed, thinking, you've just won the election, where's 2019? But that, I think, sums up the Modi-Shah kind of an approach and the new BJP. It is that there is no resting on the laurels. It's a relentless work. And that's why when he said, as Prime Minister, "Main Pradhan Sevak 24 ghante hu," in the sense, it wasn't lightly said. Now, in 8 years down, that schedule of the Prime Minister remains the same, and that kind of ruling schedule remains for all functionaries in the party and the government. Because this is seen as an opportunity. Don't stop working. We have to keep working because there's so much to do. And that's why I use the argument of the beneficiaries right at the first part of your program. That there is a class of beneficiaries who have seen the benefits reach them. Now, certainly, there will be some who will say that politics will play out in the manner in which they are seeing it always. History is important. There are lessons to be learned there. But again, I'm going back to 2014, another anecdotal thing. When they would say, how do you see Prime Minister Modi, then Prime Ministerial candidate? The answer used to be, don't judge, because they approach it in a different way. And therefore, my argument would be that today, so far, from both general elections and many, many important state elections, the vast majority, the opposition hasn't come up with a formula of leadership, ideology, agenda, or even a plan. So they need to have all of this before they can. That's why perhaps they are always hoping that the BJP will do badly. It's like saying the batsman will run himself out or, hit wicket himself, and therefore we will win the match. It's not about bowling the batsman out.
Okay. Which brings me to the question, is the Modi regime, the new BJP under Mr. Modi, simply crushing the opposition? Is that the goal? We've seen it in Maharashtra, governments being toppled. We've seen other governments being changed, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Goa. Rahul Shrivastava, is there a point in what Nalin Kohli is saying? A, don't only look at us through the old prism of the BJP. This is a new BJP, social engineering, Labhartis or the beneficiaries of welfare projects. You've seen the president being chosen who's from the Adivasi community. They've reached out to Dalits in the past. They are creating a new social coalition which is far more formidable electorally than what the BJP had in the past. Is that a sense that you get that this is a new BJP which is being looked by the opposition through an old prism?
Rajdeep, it's a predatory party now.
It's a predatory party.
Definitely. You see, there is a difference, Rajdeep, in the BJP of the past and all the governments which have come in the past. Every other political party in this country wanted to win elections, hook or crook. They all have done it. But they wanted to come to power. That's it. This party wants to win election but has other goal. It has got an ideology. And that is why the battle is different. And that is why Narendra Modi becomes a different leader. The issue here is that BJP is plotting a million battles against various state players and everybody in different states. Whereas the state players are locked in their own state battles. So how do they plot for a national battle against the BJP? There is a crisis there.
So you are giving, for example, in a Telangana, where a KCR is today sort of being encircled by the BJP. So the question is, when you say predatory, does that mean they are using institutions? Because the opposition will say, you know, we have no chance, the media is against us, the enforcement directorate is being used to crush us. Do you go along with that, or do you believe it's the Labharti social composition that needs to be looked at more closely when we discuss the BJP's power?
I think governments have been predatory, degrees vary. Narasimha Rao, when he came to power, I know what happened, that so many congressmen left the party because he was using the agencies. There were charges. I think that's not the issue. The issue here is that this idea of like-minded, the problem what Mr. Ketkar was saying, that when was in against Vajpayee, what happened? The problem is Vajpayee made mistakes. Vajpayee government made mistakes. People voted against Vajpayee. People were unhappy with the other governments. Deve Gowda came in. People may give a fragmented verdict, but the point here is that today people are perhaps looking for a more cohesive combatants. It is looking for like-minded people even before the election, not after the election that you say that we are like-minded, we want to come to power. I think that's where the BJP is doing better. Also,
you think the BJP offers a better narrative than the opposition offers, a better leadership than the opposition offers at the moment?
It's a cohesive political narrative. It's aligned to, I think, what the public is thinking today. It's keyed into the mainstream. It's ready to make amends, changing political demographic basis from a Brahman Baniya party to a OBC, Dalit tribal party. And the policies, Rajdeep, the delivery mechanism, targeting, I think it's a very focused machinery, though predatory, but definitely much more focused.